Hi, ladies. Well, as you can see, this is my December daily. It's late, but it's completed basically now. So I finally got around to doing the rest of it. I was doing pretty good there for a while, and then our whole family got sick, and just other things became a higher priority. So it sat for a long time, and then finally I just finished it up. So I'm going to go through it try to be quick about it. If you have any questions, you can message me and I'll try to get to you. If I don't get to you right away, you can message me again. But let me just to begin with the little facts about the actual cover and everything. I always get a lot of questions about that kind of stuff. So this is another Bind It All project, like I've been doing my Smash books. This wire that I used is from the Zetter Bind It All O wires. This is 1 1/4 inch wire, black. The front and back cover are just medium weight, acid-free chipboard. The dimensions are 8 by 5 3/4, and most of the pages are like that. But then I have things sticking out, and I wanted it that way. I wanted it to be uneven and kind of different textures and looks and stuff. So this is a little different than some of the December dailies. I actually didn't know I was going to do one and I didn't even start it or really decide I was going to do it until after December. So it's kind of like a little bit of afterthought, which whatever. So it's kind of like a mini book of December. It's not the whole point of the December daily is to consciously document the little things that you might not normally. But my thought was that I did a lot of projects in December. I was making a lot of Christmas gifts this year, and I was taking pictures along the way of the process. So I thought, well, you know what, I have tons of pictures, and then you take them more often in December anyways. So I thought, well, maybe I can do one. So I said, let me just try it, and I went through my photos of December and printed them out, and I pretty much had one for every day, so I decided to do it. So it's a little bit different. It's not like your normal thing. But anyways, a lot of the pages are based on these big file, they're index card, or they're bigger than that. I don't know, they fit in those little Sterilite or I don't know, bins or whatever, and you just file different things. I had a bunch of them left over from other projects that I had, and I've been using them here and there and different things, but this was kind of like the, you can see right here, this page is one, and a lot of them I covered with paper, so a lot of the pages, if not all, are a version of that, or close to it or something. So just to give an idea of what I did. The cover, there's lots of different paper. I used and stamps and things. These were some tapes that I had, and this one's actually an old Seven Gypsies fabric tape. This Document Life here. This was a stamp from Allie Edwards, the Technic Tuesday. It's the favorite story collection there. And it was kind of funny because I was an afterthought to put this on. I already bound it and everything. So I was like, oh, I want to put that on there. And then when I first stamped it, it didn't pick up the metal section. And don't you just hate that? I'm like, no, because it's done, and I'm like, why did I do this? So I went back and I tried to match it up, and and it turned out where it didn't quite match up, but it actually turned out really good. So sometimes those little mistakes turn out kind of cool. It made it look more distressed, actually, just the way the lines were and everything. It was kind of funny. Anyway, this is just a regular tag, and then this is one of Allie Edwards stamps. It's from their Celebrate the Seasons collection. It's this one here, this little one. And then this December Daily 2011, this cutout is from the Silhouette, which I just got, so I've been playing around a little bit with that. So I did that, and I embossed the edges. And for this one, like I said, these file things, if I didn't actually use the files, I traced it onto a pattern paper and used that. So, and then I just added little different trims and stuff. This is obviously a Scouts border punch, and then this is another punch, and I just had a stamp, and I embossed the one, and, you know, this was just a typical day. I was down with my youngest in the basement, we were playing, and so it was just a normal day, but, for this one, this is the day we got our tree, and these are some, Claire, I'm doing something right now. This is some journaling spots. I can't remember who did that. Let me think here. I'm sure you guys know, probably. I can't remember. I think it's Jelly Bean Soup. I'm not sure. But these are just more number stamps that I had. They embossed and cut out. Let me see. Yeah. Here's a lot of the this stamp set here is what I use for a lot of the numbers. It's a Hanson Art. Oh, let's see if it tells you. Clear. Oh, no, it just says numbers. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So I use those a lot. And this, when we decorate the tree. This page, I have a picture for it, but they were really blurry. So I'm not quite sure. It was, this day was, the day that my daughter goes to dance. So I took her there, but the pictures I took were really awful pictures. So I haven't decided if I'm going to take new ones or write about the bad ones that I took. On this one, I used a circle punch to get this scalloped border. It's a bigger scallop, and I just put it in between the two pieces of paper. And then it still has that tab, but I wanted some other edges to stick out and find, just to give it some interest, so I did that. Like I did here, I did the notebook, whatever that punch is. This one, I actually made a pocket of the picture. This day I didn't have my picture to go in my card yet, but I was like getting all the elements ready to make my Christmas cards. And then this is the finished one with the picture and everything, and it comes out of this little thing. So that's that. And then, yeah. And then this I was doing a lot of projects, like I said, so I just used some journaling from K & Company, some stickers, and then, this was that stamp set again. I just cut it out, and I just took pictures along the way. Like I said, I was doing a lot of projects, and I take a lot of pictures of them for my blog, so I had a lot of these steps already done. I just layered different papers on each other. God, my daughter's being silly. Let's see. Oh, and this was really cool. Well, I used these tags, just says journaling spots sticking out here, and then another snowflake sticker, and then a label punch with one of those number stamps. This was the deal of the year. I picked these old desks up, one at Goodwill and the other at Craigslist for $8 and $12 each. So that was pretty cool. And my plan, it says, is to make them cute with stencils and paint and everything, and then fill them with all kinds of art supplies for the girls for Christmas, because they're really, really, really into art and coloring and drawing and everything, and they'll just spend all day doing it. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's what I'm going to do for them. So I have that. And then this one, I think this is one of the K & Company, it was an older set where you have all kinds of die cuts and things. I just had that because this was every Friday there's a play group at our school. They don't have a Friday preschool, so they have a play group that's open from babies to kindergarten. And so we always go because my youngest isn't in preschool yet, so she really enjoys going there and seeing other kids and all that. So we always go, and my mother-in-law meets us there. And this was during story time, and the story was really good, obviously, because they're really enthralled. But so that was that day. And then this day, was the day that I had to deal with our pictures. Normally we take our Christmas photo and we put it in our Christmas card, and it's always in front of our tree that we go out and cut down, and we always take a picture of it before we do that. Well, this year, this one back here is when we got it, and it was like, it kind of broke tradition. I was like really kind of bummed about it because it was a rainy, horrible, cold, foggy day, and my youngest fell asleep in the car on the way there, and it was just miserable. And we're like, you know what? I don't feel like dragging these kids out there, having them stand out there hunting for the tree, and and it's just miserable out. So we got one that was already cut there. We went to the same farm we've been going to for years. My husband and I went there before we were married, so it's been a long time. But anyways, I had to find a different picture, so I took the kids in the backyard, and we took a picture next to this little pine tree we have. And this is one of those Jenny Bolin big bingo cards. Another number stamp. This one, this die cut is from the silhouette, and so is this number 10. Oh, this one's actually from Carrie Bradford, I believe, maybe. But I cut it out with the silhouette. And I did have a photo. This day I went on a job interview, and I got the job, yay. And then it was just basically a typical day after that. So I just kind of journaled about that. And this is a sticker here that I just put on the side. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. On the side there. So, on this one, I used a small bingo card with December, and I just circled the date that it was. Another little journaling spot. And a card was very stamped and distressed. And this day, my project was to work on the girls' desk and try out the new stencil, which I was doing with Adeline's name there. So, and then on this one, another Kane Company journaling spot, just trying to use up all kinds of supplies. These stickers are, I think, actually from Stampin' Up. They came with it's one of their Simply Scrapping kits, which I haven't used, so I was trying to use up some of that. And these are stickers. This day, my son had a pack meeting, and he got some advancement beads, so that was his Boy Scouts. This day, these are stickers again. These go with that Stampin' Up collection. I just punched out things and layered them on top of each other. This is one of those little paper bags, and those size tags fit perfectly in them. This day was kind of exciting for me. It was the day that I started making my son's gift, which was a Harry Potter robe, which I've never made a robe before, so it was a little scary but exciting at the same time. And I found a really good tutorial on YouTube. And let's see, this one, another sticker and a border punch here, stickers, some more stickers from that Stampin' Up collection, journaling spot. And this one was just a really great photo of my 3 kids, just their smiling faces, and I just loved it. And it was right after we did the calendar, which is on this day here. We do that every day, obviously, and it's a tradition. We have this thing. It says the Kellys on it, and I just said that it would continue year after year. The kids just love it. There's little pockets, and then they take out the little ornaments, and then there's a tree, and they hang it up on the tree. So that's just something we do every year. This is a journaling spot from I don't know. I can't remember. I'm terrible at that. But this day I had to make, this was a design team layout that I did, so I made it that morning and I turned it in that day. So that was my one big project that I needed to do. And this is just stickers, and then this is a label punch from Stampin' Up. Gosh, who has this? I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, Jelly Bean Soup. This was their journaling sprouts that they had or used to have. I don't know. Another sticker here, and then I just punched a hole and put a brad through that. Some stickers. Another paper bag to hold the tag. And this is actually like a transparency kind of thing. And I just layered on it, and I scalloped the edge. And it's just the day we did Christmas with my brother-in-law and his fiance, and they were at my in-laws, and we made cookies and had dinner and did the Christmas thing because we weren't going to see them again before then. On this day I just took pictures of the Smash book that I made for my niece for Christmas. So that was those take a long time, and it was my big project that day. I had to start and finish it just to get it done. On this day, it's another journaling thing. Actually, I think these are from the same one. And I just put the 19 over it with a sticker and more tags. And I finished the girls' desk, and I crossed it off my list. Because don't you just love that feeling when you can just cross it off? Sometimes I do something, and it's not on my list, and I'll actually go and write it on the list just so I can cross it off. Because I'm a dork. But it just feels good. This day was not what I had planned. It says get well soon. I cut this out with the silhouette. I was trying to find something that had to do with being sick or something, because all three kids, their coughs were horrible, and they had sudden earaches and all this stuff, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just taking all of them. It's 5 days before Christmas. I want all of them to see the doctor right now and see what's going on. And then I actually had pink eye. I mean, can you believe it? Yeah, I got pink eye really badly, too. I mean, it was bad. And luckily, I was able to, sanitize constantly, and nobody else got it in the house, so that was awesome. But it took a while, and it was really gross. And I haven't had that, gosh, I can't even hardly remember. Maybe when I was a kid, I got one time. But so I took all three kids to the doctor, and then my son has been getting sick a lot, so they ordered some tests for him, and we had to go to the hospital and have his blood drawn for that and stuff. So, you know how that takes. It just takes all day. On this one was another, just keep on working on Lachlan's robe. So I just and I used the transparency, and I just glued some buttons down and did some twine. These are Stampin' Up! Buttons. Love their buttons. Seriously, I love their buttons. Thicker here. This is a felt, I guess felty thickers. These are cardboard ones. And the little tab punch. Some more thickers, King Company. This is Waiting in Line to See Santa. Adeline wasn't too sure about him this year. She kind of was had a lot of fun in the line. She was like, yay, when is it our turn yet? Our turn? And then we got there, and she's like, yeah, I'm not too sure about you. She wouldn't smile. She didn't cry or anything, but she was just pouting or something. I don't know what it was. It was kind of weird. She wouldn't look at him, and it was funny. But and then on this day, we're just getting closer, and we're doing the calendar, and it's exciting because the next day, we always do my dad's family on the Christmas Eve, and this year we were hosting it, so they were so super excited because it's once that starts, it's that it's Christmas already. So the next day, that's what we did, was the Christmas party, and then we did a button and some rope here. This is another Allie Edwards stamp. Just put the pictures on, and then I did who was there, so I listed everybody. Sometimes I should do that, I don't think about that. But these are old vintage postcards. I just glued two together, but in the center of it I put this transparency, so it just gave it an extra little something. And I found these at Goodwill. I've done it twice actually, and they're usually $1, and they just flip. They're a pack. Let me see if I have them here. Yeah. Oh, this one. Oh no, this one's actually 50 cents. See, but you get a whole big stack of them, and there's different ones, but they're just kind of neat for journaling spots and stuff. I mean, for 50 cents, whatever, It's just, they're old, I don't know, made in the USA, and it's kind of cool. So I've got a couple stacks of those. I just use them now and then. And this is a stamp from that holidays, or season, celebrate the seasons right here. This Happy Holidays was a stamp I just put on there. And some more thickers there. I just journaled about the day that we had, and this is another one of those stamps from Allie Edwards. Some more stickers from Stampin' Up. And this is just that card again, and I just put some random stamps on there for background. And this one, I did the picture out coming out like this, and then I did a scalloped border there, another sticker from Stampin' Up, and this is basic gray paper. Old line, I love it though. And then here's the finished desk and his robe. And take a picture of like everything sitting out. And then this was Christmas morning when they came to check and see if we left a plate of cookies for Santa, and they checked to see if he came and if he liked them, because he usually writes a note back. And we also leave carrots for the reindeer, and they were gone, and so that's kind of fun. They love that. And then this is the girls, playing at their desks, all the goodies inside. And my daughter Claire, she was so excited to use her paint set. They got an easel for Christmas too, and she just had a great time with that. And this is our like little postcards that came. I want to say they might have came in the mail. I don't even know what they were actually. But I'm like, oh, I could use those. They're like, oh, just vintage looking. I don't know. It's kind of neat. And then this is my son with his Harry Potter robe on and the glasses and the wand. And I sewed a pocket inside it, too, for the wand to be in. So, and it says it fit him perfectly. He was so super excited. He had no idea. So it was really neat. And I said, this is the most rewarding present I've ever made or given him. So it was just a perfect day. I really, really enjoyed making the stuff for the kids this year. It was just so... you always love the look on their faces, because usually you get them, something they're excited about, and they love it, and they're so happy, but it was just extra special when it was something you made with your own hands. And it was, I don't know, it just meant more. It was just so fun, and I loved it. Let's see. Oh, and then I normally, a lot of people stop on the 25th. But actually, we have 2 Christmases. So our second Christmas is on the 26th, and we always go to, and I just kind of journaled about it here, we always go to my in-laws, and it's a tradition. We wake up, brush our teeth, put our boots on, leave our jammies on, and we drive to their house, which is just down the road, and we have breakfast with them and open presents with them, and we do Christmas morning. So it's really fun, and it's pretty funny. They their kids are all grown now and out of the house, so maybe they exchange a couple presents on Christmas, but I'm pretty sure they just like the 26th is Christmas now for them. It's kind of funny. So they can still have all the kids and everybody, and it's fun. We don't even call them on Christmas, because they're like, what do you mean? It's not Christmas. It's kind of funny. But yeah, and that's about it. And I was just going to journal some more on the back here about everything. And it's pretty simple, really. It just took forever to do because I just didn't have time. But once I just did it, it actually went pretty quickly. I just had time to do it. I just stamped on the back my name and stuff, and so that's it, ladies. And I will try to put some more some more detailed pictures on my blog with it. So if you made it through this video, congratulations, because it was forever long. Sorry. But I will see you soon.